It's summer in Paris, selfie season for the thousands of tourists. But even at these famous sites, police are on patrol, braced for trouble. At night, there's been chaos here on the Champs-Élysées. For days on end, disorder has gripped this country. It was in Nanterre, an outer suburb of Paris, where the anger started. After last week, Niall M., a local teenager of Algerian descent, was killed by police at a traffic check. This fire and fury started as a mostly peaceful protest led by the mother of the 17-year-old, a community coming together.
At some point, when you've seen people marching, petitioning, demanding, meetings with the government and nothing happening for decades, you destroy everything to be heard.
The unrest spread across the country, exposing the deep divisions in French society. In Marseille in the south, buildings were smashed, shops looted and cars set on fire. More than 3,000 have been arrested, and one night almost a third of the people detained were teenagers under 18.
Il n'est pas normal qu'un gamin de 13 ans, 14 ans, 15 ans puisse être une nuit d'émeute tout seul en dehors du domicile de ses parents. C'est une faute de ses parents. Le code pénal permet de le réprimer. Une fois encore, à la justice de se mettre en action et à la justice de passer.
Rokhaya Diallo is one of France's most prominent anti-racism campaigners. She is calling for reforms within the police force.
Martin Luther King used to say that a riot is the language of the unheard, and that's what it means to me. The violence comes out of despair.
At least 40,000 police officers were deployed to defuse the violence. The French government vowed to crack down, blaming social media and video games for the behaviour.
Des scènes de violence contre le commissariat, mais aussi des écoles, des mairies, et donc au fond contre les institutions et la République. Et celles-ci sont absolument...
For now, the riots have settled. But in Nanterre, there's still signs of the uproar and fear it will return.
Et voilà quoi, on est dégoûté, on est fatigué, on comprend pas ce qui se passe. On va dormir, on entend comme des bombes. Mais à part ça, c'est qu'on peut plus sortir, on peut plus dormir. On a peur pour nos enfants.
Niall M. grew up in this working-class neighbourhood. Footage shows the 17-year-old stopped at a traffic check not far from here, where an officer appears to shoot and kill him. He's been charged with voluntary homicide and remains in custody awaiting trial.
C'est pas des lapins, nos enfants. C'est des êtres humains. Même s'ils font des bêtises. Mais c'est pas tu fais une bêtise, tu tues. Même nous, on les tape pas. D'où ils se permettent de tuer nos enfants. Donc voilà.
Niall's own family called for the riots to end. They've retreated from the media spotlight. I spoke to their lawyer on the phone, who says they want privacy.
La famille de Naël veut simplement que la justice soit respectée et que le condamné et que le policier soit condamné. Oui, la justice doit passer et la famille souhaite que le policier soit non seulement inculpé mais surtout condamné.
People in this community say they feel a world away from Paris's prosperous city centre.
Many here in these outer suburbs of Paris feel forgotten by their country. There are entrenched issues about education, employment and housing. Add in anger about over-policing and discrimination, and those frustrations quickly turn to fury.
Ils sont là sur les plateaux, ils parlent entre eux. Ils vivent pas dans les quartiers. Ils s'occupent pas vraiment des quartiers comme les nôtres.
The case has created a crisis for the French president. The UN urged France to address issues of racism in law enforcement. The powerful police association has rejected this.
Évidemment, l'émotion qui accompagne la mort d'un jeune homme est en elle-même, je dirais, impose le recueillement et le calme, et ce à quoi le gouvernement...
A record high 13 people were killed in France last year during traffic checks, while the country's civil liberties ombudsman found young men perceived to be black or Arab were 20 times as likely to be subjected to police identity checks.
Many of us, people of color, experience racism not really feeling French. Like, we feel French, but we're not perceived as really French as other people. So we're constantly reminded of the fact that we're black, Arabs, Asians, and our citizenship is diminished. The fact that despite all the figures, all the reports, there is no actual response from any of French authorities means that there is no political will to do anything against racism.
The president continues to hold crisis talks and hopes the streets stay quiet. He promised city mayors money to repair the damage. Eric Piole is the Grenoble mayor. He lives near the Italian border.
I was actually at the Chateau de l'Élysée this afternoon for 5 hours with the French president. And there is a total denial of the problem of the police work framework and total denial on the racism question.
What do you make of the French President Emmanuel Macron's response to this unrest?
The message from the president is to say, we've done great. There is no problem of money, no problem of inequalities. It's just that now we need order and parents to take care of their kids and say, you're just hiding the problem, and so we will face it again.